Hello everyone, welcome back. In our previous video, I already discussed like how to handle the file, like how we can read a file, how we can write something in the file, right? We have discussed these particular things. So in this particular video, we'll be learning another new topic inside this particular file handling technique. And this is the most used technique actually we'll be using inside file handling technique. Let's say whatever things we have learned previously, this was just a fundamental of the file handling technique, right? But currently the topic actually I'm going to teach you, so you have to use it actually going forward whenever you will be working with the files and all. Okay, so the name of the actually topic, I think you can see, file handling using context manager with. So with is nothing but with is a keyword inside Python. Okay, see what was the problem with our previous actually file handling technique. See, previously what I was doing, I was just opening a file. After reading or writing, I was just closing this particular file. Every time I need to close this particular file, otherwise what will happen? It will actually create a buffer memory. Inside that actually it will store all of the data. That means it will occupy your memory space, right? So that's why I've written it's a good idea to close a file after uses, as it will free up the resources. Okay, I told you, if you're not free up the resources, it will occupy this space, right? That is the idea. So let's say sometimes you will forget to close that particular file. Let's say you have opened this particular file, but sometimes actually, let's say you forget to close that particular file. What will happen? It will occupy that particular space. Okay, lots of garbage value would be there in that particular memory space. Okay, so again, it's an issue. So to prevent this, we can use with keyword. Okay, we can use this particular with keyword. With is a context manager. Okay, with is a context manager inside file handling. We can use this particular with keyword to close the file as soon as possible the usage is over. That means if you're using with, okay, with keyword to open any kinds of file, you don't need to separately write this particular close. This particular close, you don't need to separately write it. So what it will do, it will first of all open that particular file, whatever let's say operation you want to perform, let's say you want to read, write, whatever things you will be doing, automatically with will try to close that particular file. You don't need to close it manually. Okay, so let me show you some example. I think then this part would be more clear. So what I will do, I will first of all show you how we can write this particular with context manager. So for this, you have to define this particular with keyword and just try to use the open function right now. Okay, with open, you have to write like that. Now let's say I want to open this particular file, sample.txt. So it is available inside my files. Okay, files / sample. Okay, sample.txt. And I want to open this particular file in a write mode. Okay, I want to open in a write mode. And here you have to write as if. Okay, as if. That means the object actually you are getting, you are saving as as if. You are giving a alias name. You can give any name here. You can give, let's say, my name. That time actually you need to use my name here. Okay, but most of the people will be using f here. F means it's a file. Okay, it's a file object. Okay, and as means you are giving a alias name here. That means small name you are giving. Okay, of the entire object. Now simply just write the same thing. F.write. Let's say I want to write something in this particular file. I'll just write, and let's say I want to write hello there. Okay, hello there. Let's say this is my message. Fine. Now see, if I execute the program, what will happen? I need to select my kernel. Now see, if I execute the program, what will happen? Now let's say if I open the sample.txt, hello there would be there. Okay, hello there would be there. Now see, if I want to write something in that particular file again, I'll just write f.write. Okay, f.write. Let's say I want to write another string here. Let's say I'll just write Bappy. Now see, if I execute the program, it will give you one error. It will tell you IO operation on closed file. I think you remember this error. Okay, we got this error, I think, here. Remember, after closing, you can't add anything. Okay, after closing, you can't add anything inside a file. So the same things actually is happening here. But see, here I'm not using any kinds of close statement. I'm not using any kinds of close function. That means what is happening, this with context manager will automatically close this particular file. Whatever operation you have done, after that it will automatically close that particular file. You don't need to close it manually. Okay, that means what is happening, if you forget to close as well, if you're using this particular syntax to create a file right now, if you're using context manager with keyword to create a file right now, if you forget to close this particular file, no issue. Okay, no issue. It will automatically close. You don't need to close it. It will automatically close this particular file after performing all the operation. This is the advantage to use this particular context manager with keyword. So going forward, whenever we'll be working with the files, I won't be using this particular approach. Okay, I won't be using this particular approach. This approach I showed you just to show you the fundamental, okay, how things are working. We'll be using this particular approach. Okay, we'll be using with open instead of only open. I hope this is clear, guys. Just try to remember this particular syntax. Okay, how we can open a file with the help of with keyword. Okay, that means with context manager. Now, whatever operation we perform, let's say read, write, everything we perform, we can also perform the same thing here also. Okay, all the code will remain same, only you have to use this particular with. Okay, with keyword. Now let me show you. Let's say if I want to read, okay, if I want to read something in this particular file, let's say sample.txt, what I will do, I'll copy the same thing. Let's say I'm doing read operation. I'll paste it here. Now I'll open in a read mode, okay, not a write mode. Now simply I'll just write f.read, okay, f.read, and I also need to print it because it will return you one string, okay, it will return you one string. I also need to print it. Now see, if I execute, hello there would be printed because inside sample.txt hello there is there. I hope it is clear. Fine. Similar wise, you can also use read line. So just try to use read line. Okay, read line. It will give you only one line. Okay, it will only give you one line. Let's say I'm having multiple text. Let's say hello there, hi everyone. Okay, let's say I'm having multiple line. After executing, it will only give you hello there. Okay, not the hello everyone. But if you're using a read, it will give you the entire text. You can also use the append actually mode here. Let me show you. Append mode. So instead of writing R, I'll just write A. Okay, append mode. That means I want to append something here. So I'll just write f.write. Okay. So here I'll just write, let's say, my name is Bappy. My name is Bappy. Now if I execute the program, now if I open the sample.txt again, you will see that whatever text actually I had previously, it's fine. And my name is Bappy is added. Now let's say before adding it, I need to give one \n just for the new line character. Okay. Now if I execute, you'll see that it will give one new line character. Okay, new line character. Now I think I can remove it because previously by mistake I added. Okay, now I think it's fine. Okay, now see, if I execute it again, it will add another line. Okay, my name is Bappy. I hope this is clear. That means whatever operation we learned here, okay, everything we can do here as well. Only the syntax will be different. Okay, syntax will be different. That is the idea. Previously I was using only open. Now I'm using context manager with open. That is the idea. Now I think previously we also learned how we can, let's say, read any specific character. Let's say I want to read only 15 character. Okay, I can also do it the same thing. Let's say what I will do, I will use the same, let's say, example, and inside that I'm going to print f.read, and inside that I'm going to pass, let's say I'm going to only read 10 character. Now if I execute the program, see, it will okay, so I need to open in a read mode. Now I think it will work. See, it will give me 10 character. Okay, now see, if I again give this particular print read 10, now if I execute the program, what will happen? Let me know. Okay, if I open this particular sample.txt, now see what would be the output. Just pause the video and let me know what will be the output. See, if I execute the program, see, this is the output. That means what is happening? See, you have read 10 character. Okay, you have read 10 character, and this 10 character, it is already saved in your buffer memory. Your buffer memory knows I have printed 10 character. Now whenever you return this particular statement, again read 10, what it will do? See, after 10, that means it has printed hello there, r till r. Okay, so this till here actually previously you have printed. Now your buffer memory knows till here you have printed. Now whenever you return this particular condition, now whenever you return this particular statement again, so it will start from here. That means after 10 again it will read, and again it will read till 10. Okay, 10 characters. See, 10 character again it will read. Now if I just write again 10, it will read after 10. Okay, now see, it is starting from 1. That means from here, I think here. Okay, here it is printing, I think, till here, my na. Okay, that's how buffer memory always will try to remember till which position actually you have read. And if you're running, okay, the same read operation, again it will start after that particular character. That is the idea. I hope it is clear. So this concept calls moving within a file. That means you are moving the cursor. You are moving here, then again from here you are moving. Okay, then from here you are moving. That means you are moving the cursor. Okay, this is called moving within a file. Now this is a very useful concept, guys. Let me show you one bigger example. See, there is a very big benefit of this particular concept. See what happens whenever you use this particular read, only read actually method. it will read the entire text present inside your sample.txt. Okay, it will read the entire text present inside your let's say any kinds of txt file. Okay, now let's say you are using, let's say only 8 GB memory, 8 GB RAM. You are having only 8 GB RAM. So what will happen? Let's say you are having 10 GB of data. Now if you use read function, that time it will load 10 GB data in your memory, and your memory will get full and you will get a memory crash issue. Okay, but somehow I need to process these other data. So what I can do, I can load them in a batches. So I can load them in a batches. Batch means, first of all, I will load, let's say 10 character. Then again, I will load 10 character. Then again, I will load 10 character. That's how I will do the processing. First of all, I will load 10 character. I'll do the processing. Then this particular buffer memory would be deleted. Then I will load the 10 character. Previous buffer memory would be deleted. Then again, I will load the 10 character. Previous buffer memory would be deleted. Okay, that means every time I'm clearing the memory and I'm loading the new character. Okay, because it is moving. It is moving the cursor. That's after loading the 10 character. If I'm again reading 10 character, it will start from here, not from the start. That is the benefit actually I can use here. Try to remember. Okay, now let me show you one actually example. I think this part would be more clear. So let me show you one demo. So for this, what I will do, see, I've already written one example. Let's say, so here I'll create a big file actually. See, here I'll create a big file. So what I'm doing, I've taken a list comprehension. So inside that, I'm just storing this particular hello world. Okay, hello world actually thousands time. You can see inside this particular list, I'm storing this hello world thousands time. Okay, it's a list comprehension I've taken. Now I think you know, if I want to, let's say, add list of the line, what I can do, I can use this particular write lines function. I think previously I also showed you write line function. I think you use. Okay, here. Okay, now with the help of write line function, I can store these are the item inside a txt file. Now see, if I execute the program, but I also need to mention my file location. So inside files folder, I need to create this big.txt. Now if I execute, see, it will create this particular big.txt. Inside big.txt, thousands times this hello world would be written. Okay, just try to consider it's a very big file, and let's say the size of the file is 10 GB. Okay, it's a very big file. The size of the file is 10 GB. Fine. Now how I can handle this particular file? How I can load this particular file in my memory? Let's say I'm using only 8 GB memory. How I can load it? Okay, so for this, I will use one concept called chunking. Okay, chunking concept actually I'll be, chunk means, let's say this is my entire text. Let me open it up. Let's say this is my entire file. This is my entire text. Now chunk means, let's say chunk size is 10. What it will do, it will first of all load the 10. Okay, 10 character. Okay, after loading the 10 character, it will do the processing. Then again, it will remove the buffer memory. That means whatever 10 character it has loaded in the memory, it will clear. Then again, it will load the next 10 character. Then again, it will do the operation. Then again, it will clear. Then again, it will load the next 10 character. This is called chunking. Instead of loading the entire text, you are loading as a chunks. Okay, you are loading as a chunks, so different chunks. Okay, small chunks. Okay, so that is the idea. Now what I will do, I'll just write a program here. I'll just write with open. I'm going to open this particular big txt. Mode should be read because I only want to read the content, and as if, that means this is my object. Okay, file object. Now here I will define a chunk size. First of all, I'll just write chunk underscore size. Let's say I want to load 10 character. Okay, each time I want to load 10 character. I'll just define one while loop. So while the condition would be length. Okay, length f dot read. Okay, f dot read, and here I'm going to pass my chunk size. That means every time it will return you 10 character. Okay, 10 character. Now I'll check if this particular length is greater than 0. Okay, if this particular length is greater than 0, till then my while loop will run. And once this particular length will become 0, this particular loop will break. Because it's a while loop. Here I can give any kinds of conditions. See what I am doing here. Let me show you. So if I just write pass operation as of now, first of all, it will pass the chunk size in the read. That means it will return you 10 character. Let's say it will return you 10 character. Okay, I got the 10 character. Definitely if you check the length, you will get the 10 character. It would be more than 0. The character size would be more than 0. And then once it is 0, what I'll do, I'll just simply print. I'll simply print my content f.read chunk size. That means 10 character I will print. Okay, and I'll also take the end parameter. What end parameter will do, I think you remember, it will remove the space. End is equal to empty. Fine. Then again I need to reload. Okay, again I need to reload that particular content. I'll just write f dot read again chunk size. Fine, this is my code. That means what will happen? First of all, it will load the 10 character and it will check whether the length is more than 0 or not. Yes, more than 0, it will print the let's say it will load that particular character in my memory and it will print here. Okay, again it will come here, again it will take next 10 character, again it will check the length more than 0, yes 0, then again it will load and print in my console. That's how it will do for all the text. It will do for all the text, and at the last it will come here. At the last it will come here, and now let's say my cursor is here. Okay, now see there is no character. So what will happen? Now this particular length would be 0, because in any file at the end you will see once your character is over, there you will get an empty string. That means there is no character. That time this particular length would be 0 and this particular while loop would be breaked, because this condition is not true. 0 is greater than 0. No, this is actually false. That time this particular loop will break. Okay, that is the simple logic I have written. Now see if I execute the program. Now see, beautifully it has loaded the content inside my memory. Beautifully it has loaded the content inside my memory. Okay, so this is like very memory efficient actually operation. Very memory efficient and optimized operation I have performed. Instead of loading the entire data in my memory, see I can also load like that. With the pop read, I can also load like that, but it will load the entire text in my memory. Text.txt. Now see if I write, it will load the entire text in my memory. Okay, but let's say if you're using very small memory, let's say 4 GB memory, that time you will get memory error. Let's say you are having thousands GB of data, you will get memory error definitely. But if you are using this approach, you are not going to get any kinds of error, because you are loading as a chunks, 10 character every time you are loading, and you are clearing that particular memory. That is the idea. Okay, so this particular concept will help you a lot whenever you will be working with big data. Okay, let's say in data science you will be working with big data. Okay, that time this particular concept will help you a lot. And there are some library, let's say there are some pandas library, numpy library. Okay, then we are having TensorFlow library. So this library has already implemented this kinds of code in their, let's say, code base. So you don't need to write them from scratch. But I'm teaching you because I wanted to let you know how these concepts are working. Let's say whenever you will be working with these are the library, how pandas is loading the big data in the memory. That's how they are loading. They are performing the chunking operation. Instead of loading the entire data in the memory, they are doing this particular chunking operation, and they're loading as a data as a batches. That is the idea. Okay, so this is like very fundamental concept you have to remember. Whenever you will be working with these are the library, advanced library. In the library, how things are working, you will get the idea from here only. Okay, so that's why it's super important concept you have to remember always. Fine. Now there is two function actually you can use called seek and tell. Okay, in the file handling. Let me tell you. So seek and tell how it will work. So what I can do, I can, let's say, open the sample file, sample.txt. I think I can take the same example. So if I just write, let's say f.tell. Okay, f.tell. See what f.tell will give me. But before that, let's say I'll just print f.read. Okay, f.read. Let's say I want to read 10 character. Now see if I execute the program, you are getting hello TASER. Then you are getting 10. 10 is returning tell function. Okay, tell function, it is telling in which position your cursor is present right now, because you can see you have read till 10 character. Till 10 character you have read till here. Okay, and buffer memory already remembered this particular cursor. Like now currently your cursor is in that point. Okay, so this is the index number it is passing. Okay, that means this is the cursor position currently. I hope it is clear. Now let's say if I again print 10 character. Now see your cursor position would be 21. Okay, so always tell function will give you the cursor position, like in which position your cursor is currently, in which position your cursor is present currently, so that you can get to know, okay, so there my cursor is present, and from there I can read the data. Okay, I have this cleared. Now there is another function called seek. Let me tell you the seek function as well. See what seek will do. See, seek will set your cursor. So let me show you an example. Let's say, first of all, let's say I want to read something. Let's say I want to read, let's say 10 character. Okay, from this particular sample.txt, it will give me hello there. Now see if I just write, f.seek. Okay, f.seek. Now let's say I want to set my cursor. Currently, see what is my cursor. If I show you my cursor, if f.tell, currently my cursor position is 10. Okay, 10. Now see, if I just write f.seek 0, f.seek 0. Okay, so what will happen? Instead of writing here, I'll just write it here. f.seek 0. Now see, if I execute the program, now see, it will tell my cursor position is 0. That means what is happening? Initially, your cursor position was here at the 10 position. Now you set the cursor position again at the 0 position. Seek will, so what seek will do, it will set the cursor position in the new actually index. See, that means it will set at the 0 position again. That's why whenever you perform tell operation again, it will tell you, okay, now current cursor position is at the 0 position. I hope it is clear. So with that, actually, you can perform one beautiful operation. Let me show you. So what I will do, I'll copy the same example. Let's say, first of all, I want to write something here. So if dot, let's say write hello. Okay, I'll just write hello. Now if I execute the program, now if I open the txt, now see. First of all, it has written hello. Now I'm setting the position at the 0. Now again, I'm changing this particular D. Now what will happen? H would be removed and D would be present. And my cursor position is right now 1. Okay, now see, if I give DA, so it will change here, DA. That means first 2 character. Okay, that's how with the help of the seek function, you can set your cursor and you can change anything inside a file. Okay, this is also possible. So yes, these are the actually operation we can perform, and these are the very interesting operation. Even these are the very important operation. Even we'll be also doing in future whenever you will be working with projects and all, right? And whenever you will be working with the files and all. So yes, I hope you got it. And make sure whenever you are working with files, you use this particular approach. Okay, context manager approach, not the previous approach. Okay, no need to use the previous approach because previous approach is not good. This is the better version of like your file handling technique. Okay, with the context manager. I hope you got it. So yes, this is all about from this particular video. In the next video, we'll try to see how we can work with actually any other type, let's say a file. Let's say as of now, we have seen like how to work with the textual file. That means txt file. Okay, txt file. We'll also see how we can work with binary file, image file. Okay, so these are the file we'll be also learning. So with that, thank you so much for watching this particular video, and I will see you next time.